Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Mademoiselle Lina, and you can find me online at www.conjureknits.com. Today, we are here to do the Leo TarotScope for September 2021, and we are going to be using the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. Before we get started, I would like to say thank you for viewing my video. And if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and click on the little bell so that you'll receive notifications of when I go live or upload new videos. I do try to stay pretty busy here on my channel. I do all 12 zodiac signs for the monthly tarot scopes. On Sundays, we have Conjure Crew with myself, Mambo Tanya, and the Black Bonnet Witch. On Mondays, I upload the weekly forecast. Every day, I do a card of the day reveal. On Wednesdays, we have the virtual book club. We are currently reading the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. It has been so much fun following Richard and Kaylin on their adventures, so you are definitely going to want to join us for that. I also pop on from time to time and do free readings, so make sure you get my notifications by clicking that little bell. All right, I feel that I have rambled on long enough. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Card number 1. What is the challenge for this month? And we have the Singer of Initiation. The Singer of Initiation brings a major transition between old and new. As we prepare to pass through any gate, we are greeted by this singer, who tests us to see if we are ready to enter into the new realm, or whether, for our own safety and well-being, we must stay where we are. There is no initiation without testing, and this testing must take us to our limits in order to be valid. Initiation is not just a charming ritual with candles and incense and other occult paraphernalia. True initiation is grounded in material reality, and it extends through body, mind, and emotions. The testing occurs on all levels of our being. The more profound the change being processed, the more rigorous the test. However, these initiations are only given when the singer knows we have the potential, the ability, and the opportunity to pass them. If we pass the initiation this singer offers, we are strengthened by the process itself. In working through it, we learn something about ourselves, and we move finally and irrevocably from one way of being to another. Breakthrough. Drawing this card notifies us that significant change and challenge are both occurring in our lives, with the potential for moving into a new realm, which involves a new way of being. This major change has been building for a long time, and the moment is now here to meet this challenge. We may already be aware of the initiation process, but perhaps have only seen it as bad luck or fate. It is neither. It is an opportunity to see if we have, deep down, truly learned the lessons we have been working on and are willing to apply them in our lives. Often, knowing just what the initiation is about can seem one of the most difficult aspects of the process. However, once passed, it eventually will all become clear in hindsight. For now, we only need to know, as this singer says, it can be done. Look with your heart. The presence of the Singer of Initiation in a reading often presages a period of success, of seeing, accepting, and using our own powers at a higher and more ethical level. We move into greater fulfillment of our potentials. It also means taking on a new level of responsibility for ourselves and in the world. The gate is open to us, but we must take the action of stepping through it. Card number 2. What positive energies can I embrace this month? And we have the Friends. The one on top is Fairy Nuff. He and Layachin, his high-speed friend beneath, are the best of friends and can nearly always be found together. Call upon Fairy Nuff and you get Layachin as well. And when you need support or to better understand true friendship, do call upon them. As children, we all have fairy playmates and fairy guardians. As we grow older, the pressure of parents and others in our community often nag us into blocking our visions of and communications with the fairies. Fairy Nuff and Layachin can help us go back to that childlike trust in the fairies and to renew our forgotten friendships with them. They can also often help us to learn more about the true meaning of friendship. Friendly cooperation with others is necessary to reach mutual goals. Willingness to give and receive assistance and support is also required. Ask friends for help and suggestions, listen with respect, and accept the gifts willingly offered. Unconditional receiving is even more difficult than unconditional giving. 4 feet are more stable than 2. Alternatively, Fairy Nuff and Layachin may be saying that you will benefit at this time from offering support and aid to a friend. Look around you. Someone you love may be needing your help and be too bound up by fear of rejection or pride to ask. Volunteer your help to your friends and give unconditionally from a generous, loving heart. It will do you good, increasing your store of credit for help in time of need, and it might even help them in the process. Card number 3. What negative energies do I need to negotiate this month? And we have ND. If you don't get him on the wish, you might catch him on the wash. But probably not, because by the time you think you've got a commitment from him, he's swung the other way again. Poor ND, he can't decide between this and that, or is it that and this? If he just had more information, if he just had some kind of guarantee about the outcome, if only he could be certain about things. Well, he can't. That isn't how life is. ND sits on our shoulder as we wobble around trying to make a decision, and just as we think we've about got it, he mutters, "But what if?" And very likely, we dissolve into confusion again. Decisions make him nervous because they involve commitment, and ND seems to be frightened of that. What if he makes the wrong decision and it ruins his or someone else's life? What if he makes no decision, dithering forever, and that causes ruin? I feel for ND, for he is the only one of the fairy challengers who doesn't know what we should be doing. That is, he knows we should be making our decisions clearly and cleanly at the appropriate time, and he has some ideas about how we might more easily go about that, but he is not himself a good decision maker. Sometimes he whispers almost tearfully in my ear, "You're going to drive me mad, if you don't just make up your mind." There are many reasons why we hesitate when decision and action are appropriate. However, most of them boil down to fear. Fear of making a mistake, fear of harming others, fear of losing something of value to us, fear of harming ourselves, fear of responsibility, fear that we are simply not able to make a proper decision. We need to look honestly at our insecurities, recognizing them for what they are, our insecurities, not reality. Then we need to resolve what we can and set the rest in the balance against what will surely happen if we continue to hesitate. Premature decisions and actions often create problems, but lack of decision is a decision also, and one that creates its own set of misfortunes. ND is also known as the Libra's bane, but an indecisive Libra truly is ND's bane. He would be so relieved if we would just make our decisions and our commitments and stick to them. Then he might learn to do this for himself and be in a better position to help others. Air. What I was trying to say was that sometimes it is possible to learn from watching others learn. ND would like to do this. Then he might be better able to teach those processes, or perhaps not. At least, I think that is what I mean. The Unity knows there are plenty of beings who need help with this. It's decision time. Time to make up your mind, make a decision, then stick to your commitments. Set yourself a definite time period to complete your decision, right down to the day and hour. Give yourself time to put the decision into practice before it is too late. Once that arbitrary but carefully judged decision time is set, ask for guidance for your highest good. Then weigh, consider, ponder, and gather information. If we do this, and if we have asked for aid, the answer seems somehow to fall magically into place at the appointed time. Then it is just a matter of trusting that answer and carrying it through. We can ask for help with that as well, if we wish. It is willingly given. Card number 4. What do I need to make time for this month? And we have Arvel Parrot. Arvel points to the light in his throat center. In esoteric lore, the energy center at the throat is about communication. Fairies are great communicators, though not necessarily in words as we use them. They speak through words, of course, but they also speak through the rustle of leaves, the pattern of clouds in the sky, the way flower petals fall. They tickle us with touches almost too subtle to feel, trying to get our attention, and they sometimes speak through our dreams and daydreams. Their communications are something like those of cats, part verbal, part body language, part telepathy, and part pure fairy. Arvel says that we humans can semaphore each other by flashing the lights in our throat centers. In fact, he says we do that and read the messages on an unconscious level, which is one of the ways we pick up on the unspoken feelings and thoughts of each other. Arvel also says, and I agree, that almost any situation can be improved by people listening to each other, and that listening is a full half of good communication. The other half, of course, is speaking truly and clearly. Some people use speech as a game or as a test for others to see if they can puzzle out the meaning, and this is fairly fun as long as actual communication doesn't matter. When it does, though, it is helpful if we try for clarity, at the very least, and hopefully wisdom as well. Arvel has many wise sayings to help us. It takes 2 to say yes, but only 1 to say no. Where the stream is shallowest, greatest is the noise. He that always complains is never pitied. Better than gold is a tale rightly told. 'Tis easier to give advice than to take it. From the place where deer are not, they're not easy to be got. Whoever burns his bottom must himself sit on it. Well, enough of that. Arvel reminds us that good, clear communication is sometimes hard work. It requires elbow grease because the elbows are the secondary energy centers to the throat. He wishes you to know that his elbows are well greased. Clear communications are vitally important here. Strive for verbal brilliance. Listen carefully. Be articulate. Be willing to calmly debate the issues and explore ideas with others. Open communication will enhance the chances of success all around. Arvel also suggests that we watch for body language, incomplete sentences, and unfinished thoughts, and try to discover what these signals are meant to get across. Card number 5. What opportunity should I seize this month? And we have Jihabia. He refuses to tell me what the G in his name stands for because, he says, the more we know about him, the less power he has and the harder it is to do his job. This tells you a lot about him. His powers lie in our imaginations and fears, not in the real world, not in any of the real worlds. This is the wicked thing in the closet who keeps frightened children awake at night with eerie snuffling, shuffling sounds. But when you turn on the light and open the door, he isn't there. Brian wrote, he exists only through the collection of our fears. The Jihabia thrives on fears, getting stronger and stronger until we face him. He is a sham, a tiny fear blown all out of proportion, and the smallest positive thought will banish him. All of fairyland knows this, and none is afraid of him. Jihabia's job is to wave our imaginary fears in front of us, making them look as alive and real as he can. He's pretty good at this. The challenge he offers us is to see that certain fears of ours are imaginary and to distinguish them from things we actually need to be cautious about. In this way, he tries to teach us to look past the fear and see real true let truth, whatever that truth is. It is a difficult job, and Jihabia, the book, Gotcha, the feline, and a few other hardworking fairies get together twice a week for otherworld nectar, hazelnuts, cheese, and applesauce, and to grumble about humans and to support each other. The work they do, hard as it is merely an apprenticeship for the much harder work for which they get to wear a starry crown, like Epona's wild daughter and Lies of the Shadows. It takes a lot of practice and skill in dealing with human flaws to get promoted to that level. If you could hear the stories they tell. It is time to look for the truth behind our fears, to distinguish between what is real and what is just our projection of old traumas and fears into our imaginary future. By delving into our old patterns, we can see past them to a more liberating life. Only by facing these fears honestly and seeing them for what they are do we gain greater ability to open our hearts to the singer of courage and gain strength to face really difficult challenges in our lives. Each false fear confronted and resolved makes us much stronger. All right, my lovelies. Let's take a look at the bigger picture here. Card number 1. What is the challenge for this month? And we have the Singer of Initiation. Wow, this couldn't be more true at this time. We have just gone through the Lion's Gate portal, and the effects of that is still lingering with us. All of the challenges that have been presented to us really hit home on so many different levels. Things that have been hidden deep within our psyches have come to light. People all around us are acting out. We have to be very careful not to get caught up in all of the excitement of the negative energy surrounding us. This has been a doozy of a time for us, but not to worry, we will make it through this. We are the king of the lovers after all. Just use your heart. Be compassionate to others and to yourself. I also feel like some of you are going to be moving homes or jobs. Change is often not welcome, but it is necessary, no matter how much we may not like it. Card number 2. What positive energies can I embrace this month? And we have the Friends. Lean on your tribe for support when you are in your downward slopes, but be there to support your tribe when one of them is their downward slope. Now more than ever, it is so important for us to be there for each other. I know. We are very independent, and we have this stigma that we have to do everything for ourselves. But allow others to help you when they offer. They are offering out of the kindness of their hearts. Let them be kind. Yes, we can do damn near anything we set our mind to, but we all need a little help from time to time. And I know I don't have to tell you to do things for others. You already have the biggest heart of all the zodiac signs. Give with all of your heart, but don't be a rug for others to walk all over. You already know what I mean by that. Card number 3. What negative energies do I need to negotiate this month? And we have, indeed. Okay, I can totally see this as being a negative energy for us Leos. Decisions are not always hard for us, especially when we are in charge of the situation, giving orders to others, etc. But when it comes to making a decision about something that we really don't care about or have an interest in, we tend to put it off forever. Spirit keeps whispering in my ear the word, schedule. We have a hell of a time setting a schedule for ourselves. Lions do not want to be locked in a cage, period. We need to have freedom, and it tends to stress us out when we don't get our way. The problem is that other people may view freedom in a different way than we do. You know what you need to do. There is no sense in procrastinating about it. Just make up your mind and do it. Card number 4. What do I need to make time for this month? And we have Arval Parrot. We are Lion, hear us roar. We have no problem speaking our mind, that's for sure. However, we have all been going through a tough time for a while now. Let's try speaking from our heart. And more importantly, listen. Listen to what others are trying to convey to us. Watch their body language and listen with open ears and an open mind. As a Leo myself, sometimes I tend to hear only what I want to hear. I am making a personal goal of actually hearing what others are trying to tell me. Part of that will include really considering their words and actions. I'm going to try to see their side of every situation. That doesn't mean that I will agree with everything everyone else tells me, but I will be more open and considerate. Give it a try and let me know how it works out for you in the comments section below. I can't wait to read all of your responses. Card number 5. What opportunity should I seize this month? And we have Jihabia. Continue doing your shadow work. I know this is a never-ending job, but it needs to be done in order for us to grow and evolve. Face your fears, dig deep, and find out what it is that is causing your fear and address it head-on. By digging deeper and doing research on your particular fear, you gain knowledge and are therefore more able to conquer it. You may even find it silly that you ever had that fear in the first place. For example, most people are deathly afraid of spiders. By getting to know the spider and doing research, you may find that you actually have quite a lot in common with the spider. Did you know that most spiders cannot even penetrate the human skin? So, what are you afraid of? Let me know. I will be starting a resource library on my website very soon, and I will be sure to include your particular fear in the things that go bump in the night section. To wrap things up, I feel like we are still dealing with the fallout of the heightened emotions brought out by the Lion's Gate portal and the events of this past year. That's a lot of shit to deal with, but I have no doubt in my mind that we Leos have the strength to make it through anything, including this. I hope that this reading has helped you and will help lead you and guide you throughout the month of September. If you do feel that it has helped you, and that it will help someone else, please feel free to share this video. Sharing is caring. And if you would like a more in-depth and personal reading, you can go to my website at www.conjureknits.com and click on the link at the top of the page that says Book a Reading. I hope you all have a very beautiful and amazing month. Love you bunches. Bye-bye.